everyone. This is Module 3 of the assignment IAAC using RapidMiner. So this is a continuation of the previous video, which actually covered both Modules 1 and 2. So what we need to do actually first is to clean up the process model because we actually need to start from scratch. We don't need most of the stuff. We still need to retrieve the data, but we don't need any of the other processes. So you can feel free to go ahead and delete them. So the first thing, the goal of this module is to merge and group data. So what we're going to practice with is merging two different data sets together. We already have one data set, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add another data set. You actually have a population crime rate data set. So what you need to do is to navigate to where the file is located and load it into RapidMiner. So I'm going to find mine. Again, yours is probably stored in a different location. It doesn't matter where it's located as long as you can find it. So what we need is the Altoona population estimates data set. So I'm going to click next. I'm going to make sure the data looks okay. I'll go next, confirm that the file settings, the column settings are correct. Go next. And I'm going to store it in the local repository in the data folder. So I'm going to finish. And the file is available now in the results panel. So we can go back to the design panel, and I now should be able to see both files available here. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to look for the join operator to join the two files together. Drag the join operator, this one, to the panel, process panel, and I'm going to read. So you can see the join operator actually has two input ports because it's joining or combining two different data sets together. We now have the first data set, but we don't have the second one. So we need to also drag the second one here, make sure we have two files, and then we're going to connect both files to the input ports of join. That way the two files can be joined together properly. Okay, and now we're going to configure the join operator. We're going to click on this and set the parameter panel. We're going to deselect the use ID attribute as a key because we're going to pick some other key attribute. Okay, so I'm going to click this, edit list, and I'm going to select month. So we're going to join the two files using the month variable here on the left. And also on the right hand side, we have a month attribute. So the two files can be joined together using the month column. And I click OK. And then I'm going to select the aggregate operator. Okay, right here, I'm going to drag it. And then I'm going to connect the output of the join operator to the input of the aggregate operator. And then I'm going to click on, I'm going to start configuring the aggregate operator. In the parameters panel, I'm going to make the following changes. I'm going to select the use default aggregation. Okay, and the new options now appear. I'm going to set the attribute filter type to subset. So instead of all, I'm going to do subset. Set attribute to all 7 adult. So I'm going to select all the 7 adult attributes. So the ethnic Hispanic, ethnic non-Hispanic, race Asian Pacific, race Black, race Native American, race White, and adult population. Okay, so I don't see adult population, so I'm guessing adult total is the one. So I'm going to click apply. And then aggregate is probably all set up. And then I'm going to set the default aggregation function to sum instead of the average. So I'm going to scroll down and look for sum. And here I'm going to set aggregation attributes to the following. Hold on a second. Okay, so the attributions, so you have to scroll down and find the aggregation attributes, and you have to use the population. Population, general population attributes. We're going to use the population ethnic Hispanic, and I'm going to add another entry. Population Hispanic, ethnic non-Hispanic, population race Asian, population race Black, population race Native American, population race White, and pop total. Set all aggregation functions to mode. So mode is the most frequent occurrence. So unlike average, mode tells you what's the most popular within a category. Okay. And finally, we're going to do the group by, and we're going to select month right here. Okay, and apply. So we just finished step 3. Step 4, we're going to search for the store operator. Store. And we're going to drag it into the process panel. We're going to connect the output of aggregate to the import of store. And then we're going to click on the store operator. Hopefully you're starting to notice a pattern, right? So we connect and then we configure each process's parameters. So we come to the parameter panel under repository entry. We're going to store the new data set as Altoona in the local repository data. We're going to store it as Altoona combined data. And click OK. I'm going to connect the store to the results port. And I'm going to click run to see if it runs. Okay, so the result, what do you think the result is? The result should be a combination of the two files, given all the configurations we have. So we asked for modes, see all the modes. We asked for sums. Okay, so they're all showing up very nicely, and the two files are joined by month. And then we are done with module 3. Thank you very much, as usual.